Hello everybody, Arkanova here, getting back to some more Let's Play Trails in the Sky second chapter. When last we left off, we found one of the Society's secret bases. So now we're actually going to go investigate. Anything on the outside here? Oh. Oh, what are they trying to manufacture here? Archaisms. What in the world? Okay, I expected a lot, but not this. Don't see anyone around. No way! Archaisms? The Archaismist. Alright, Olivier, take it down. Oh, they do a lot of damage.
Enjoy the show.
They do a lot of damage. Phew, I think we're still alive, mostly. But were those the Society's archaisms? Yeah. Except they ain't archaic. They're like the ones they assaulted with us on Onberg. They were made recently. There's something else curious, I fear. We made a scene to raise Kahana, yet this place remains as silent as a tomb. No one is coming. Yeah, you're right. You'd think that Annalise or even one of the Enforcers would come to investigate. Those things are probably on some kind of automated patrol. Looks like we really do need to check every corner. I guess we'll start with this door up here. The door is locked. I guess we won't start with that door up there. Can I do anything with these panels here? No. Buzzer. Which does what? Does spectacular things.
Take that.
Alright. I'll start cutting out some of the badness.
Care for a rematch?
Go down through here. Start with this way. The gate is locked and tight. Move the lever. Ah, the front door's open now. Let's go up here. Just check out the end of the hallway. So there's two doors at the end of the hallway, plus two in the hallway. Monsters here. This is gonna hurt a lot.
Enjoy the show.
But Olivier can take him down. He's the man. Windlass. Okay, Kevin gets a new weapon. Cool. Or wind. Yeah, windlass. I had it right the first time. Alright. So. Nothing else in this room. Take this door. The door is locked. This door? Also locked. I think it's not locked. Oh. Well, let's not go through here yet. What's in this room? Okay. Well, let's just go up here. Investigate this room. Doors. Alright. There's two doors in here. What about over here? Chest, two enemies. So we'll take these guys down. Alright, so nothing in this room. Now we can go through this room. See what's far left. Healing station. That's nice, but we don't need that. Also, I don't want to see that right now. Door's locked, of course. Alright. Alright. I feel like we're gonna come up against like a bossy type area. What the? Grant! Mind control. Think Adios, you're safe. Kurt told us what happened and we came as soon as we... Hold on, something's up. Huh? Ah! Damn it. It's a battle. Alright, let's take Grant down.
Yeah, come on.
Shouldn't be too hard. Ah, the old Grant special art.
Let's go.
Alright, so he's casting, so we're sniping. Oh, pain. Alright, so basic attack should do the job. And this. Got him.
Shouldn't have done that.
Everything's too easy on easy mode. Or normal mode. What? I guess it's basically easy mode. Ooh! How the heck does he manage swings like that? Son of a... The Ravens are one thing, but controlling a bracer like this? Now then. Ugh. Sorry, guess I got in the way, huh? Grant, you're okay. Got a handle on what happened, Grant? Yeah, can't remember the face, but someone hijacked my mind or something. I was ordered to stop any other intruders coming through here. It must be that professor guy. Grant, where are Karna and Annalise? Do you know? I don't. We got separated and they caught us each alone. They're probably chained up in their own minds somewhere in here like I was. Ugh. Grant! Here, give me your shoulder. We've got a boat on the beach. We'll take you there. Nah, I'm okay. I know the layout of the building, so I can get out on my own. I won't drag you guys down any further. Just, please, find Karna and Annalise. Grant, yeah, leave it to us. Is he really gonna be okay? For now, we just need to trust him and keep moving. There's two more, right? Yeah, we'll need to get moving then. Come on. Oh, let's open stuff up with this. Archaean's classification. The orbital droid weapons utilized by the Society are modeled after the ancient Archaeism weapons and developed by the research organization of the 13 factories under the direct command of an Anguis. Furthermore, these facilities produce primarily standardized humanoid units such as both types of patrol units, the Vogel, the Scout Unit, Port Seeker, as well as the Combat Unit, Vanguard, but development based on the Guardian for new... redacted. Received red card. Alright. So now we can open red doors. We saw a couple of those floating around here. Heal up and go forth. So we used the red card key there, but I wanna... maybe. Nope. So arrows mean elevators. What color was the panel in the first room? Oh, boy, oh. What the? That's the thing from before. Oh boy, that's definitely the same as the one beneath the castle. Why is it here of all places? Far more importantly, why are there 2 of them now? This is already complicated enough, world, thanks. It does seem that way. If nothing else, this place is home to greater horrors than we'd imagined. I need a green card key for that door. Music's giving me some serious Persona vibes. Mainly Persona 5, all the jazz. Alright, so I need a blue for that door, nothing down there. So I need a blue and a green. Let's go through here first. Excellent. Alright, so we came through this room. Now we go this way. So let's see. Long hallway. Let's take this place first. I like goggles. Nice. Don't need them, but always nice to have them. Well, let's go left. Room with a bunch of pods. This can't be good. Let's go. Let's say it's coming through here for a moment. We came in through here. Let's go down this way first. Cryo sleep stuff. Okay. So we have freaking empty pods and empty sleep bed like chamber things. Okay, this is where we need the night vision goggles at. So let's veer off to the left first. We can't go right up, so we're gonna go left, and then we're gonna go right up here. I don't want to go up there yet, I want to veer around here, see if there's anything. There's nothing, okay. Had to make absolutely sure. So there's a door that I just saw. Was there a second door? There is. Let's go up through this door first. So it's another boss door. Oh no! They got Karna too! No choice but to fight then. Alright, so we'll use True Combat on Karna. A critical Dragoona Edge 2 on Karna. That was good. Close our hands now. Alright. And just Shadow Spear her to death. Who needs the most? Olivia does. Can he not move? He cannot move. Let's blast over Dragoona edges. Alright, this will be smooth. Oh, my C-Pit.
Take that!
Yeah! All right, what's next?
Every time I fight her, she seems to kick my butt harder. Alright, my turn. Looks like we're about to get a green key. Urgh. You guys, you managed to get here, huh? Karna, are you okay? Aside from feeling like I was run over by an airship, yeah, I'm okay. More importantly, did you find the others? Don't worry, we met Grant and had to give him a once-over too, but he's fine. Afraid we haven't seen Annalise, though. I see. I'm guessing you also had a run-in with an enforcer or three? No, we've been hip-deep in machines, but no enforcers. Aside from you guys, there doesn't seem to be anyone here at all, actually. Really? That's strange. There were a few dozen research staff and Jaegers on guard here when we infiltrated. I guess it's possible they've abandoned the base. Maybe. That would be weird, though. I should be able to make it out on my own. Please, find Annalise as soon as you can. Leave it to us. We're gonna find Annalise, and it's gonna be awesome. Treatment of combatants. Temporary combatants acquired from Jaeger Corps and other sources receive the following treatments. Physical Enhancement Program 2. Combat Technique Enhancement Program 3. No. 1. Physical Enhancement Program. 2. Combat Technique Enhancement Program. 3. Chain of Command Obedience Program. 4. Projection of Security Hypnosis Program. Following text redacted. So there's my green key. Alright, another pair of ebony sneaks. What prevents mute so I can keep him? Do I have anything that prevents mute? No, but it's not bad. Alright. So I went through there. Wrong card. Star Rapids. I just really like having the extra speed on her. Yeah, the 5 speed is just super nice. Sorry, Estelle. But I don't need the defense on you. I'd rather have the... There wasn't a door in here, okay? Yeah, I'd rather have the speed on you so you can just keep going and going. Speaking of going and going... Alright, so green door here. Surprise blue door, so green door here. So that's the next upwards elevator. Every time. Alright. I don't know what the point of having these doors is. There was a green door down on the first floor, so we're gonna go hit that up first. Well, I guess that works too. Alright, let's go down here. I forget exactly where it was though. Red door, green door. Misty Veil. 210 defense. Oh man, the speed. Yeah, I'm not taking enough damage to need to warrant increasing her defense too much, but the speed, like the extra 10 speed is actually great. Lets her do many more things. So blue key is my next destination. Alright, so with the green and red keys in hand, obviously I'm gonna put, well, more or less obviously I'm gonna be fighting Annalise on this section. I need a blue key here. Chest up here. Oh, monster chest up here. Just up there. It happens. It's all happening. And Olivia just finished them all off.
99.
Alright. Easy peasy. Attack 4. Now we're getting somewhere. He has attack 4. She has attack 4. He has a pitiful little attack 3. Ugh. Yeah, we'll give him some biggest shields, I guess. Have him be like the healer. An ebony suit. Nope. I like speed. There's our girl. So they got Annalise too. We need to pin her down for a minute.
Let's go! It's over!
Listen!
Alright, take all the ads down there. He does need big heals, but I wanted to make sure we got him off.
Eat this!
Can push it right towards it. But this isn't going to be difficult at all. Okay, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, he doesn't need Latira. But he's got the other thing, the CP.
Eat this!
Oh, come on, Olivier. Why you gotta go down like that?
We're good to go!
I'll save you!
And have Agate finish her off.
Care for a rematch?
Oh, Annalise. When the heck did that little goof get so strong anyway? Unless I'm off, she did kind of train not to lose to you, you know? Oh, good point. Alright, let's wake her up. Estelle, everyone. Even Kevin's here too. Thank you for coming to save me. Annalise, you feel okay? Yeah. Nothing Ahsoka and Elmo can't fix. More importantly, the others. Don't sweat it, we freed them all. You were the last one. Oh, I see. That's good. Sorry, Estelle. I promised we'd have a big rival fight, but I didn't want it to be like this. Don't worry, you silly. It's thanks to your team that we knew about this place at all. Like Estelle said, you guys did the work of 5 bracers each on this one. You just leave the rest to us. Estelle, Agate. Oh, scouting job, right. Estelle, there's something I gotta tell you. Huh? What? While we were running around, I spotted Joshua. What? No shit? When the Eagles were chasing us down, he showed up and broke through their lines. I recognized his clothes and black hair. I'm pretty sure it was him. Joshua. Estelle? Oh, sorry. So, Annalise. Don't leave it there. Where'd Joshua go? I'm not sure. We managed to get out of that spot, but ultimately they caught us. He could have headed for the roof, though. The roof? There's some kind of airship dock on the roof of this building. I remember the soldiers and researchers heading that way. Okay, then. Annalise, you think you can get out on your own? Yeah, I'll be okay. This place is like a horror show. There might still be something in here. Everyone, be careful. We will, Annalise, and thank you. Never thought Joshua would be here, too. Let's get to the roof. Yeah. First, let's get our key card. About Beta. Based on the data collected from the experiments performed throughout Liberl, the Beta has entered the final tuning phase. This emulator fully simulates the functionality of the original and manages a 90% synchronization rate with orbital fields. As a result, its size has increased, but execution of the gospel plan should be redacted. Alright. So that's there. Okay, the blue door. We'll open that up. 50 of the higher element secret, that's good. We'll fight this guy. Alright. So we're gonna go do a bit of a treasure run. Alright, so we came from this way. So there's the elevator, and there's the elevator down. So they're all waiting down there for some reason. Interesting. So let's go down. I want to open up a couple of those blue doors. 200 win, that's good. Totally worth it. I don't think there's any more blue doors on this floor, but we're going to do a quick once over. I could be mistaken. I probably am. Yeah, I feel like I'm just terribly mistaken. Or not mistaken. Which way are we coming from? Not this way. But we'll heal up. That's always a pleasure. Red door, green door. here. 200. Ah, okay, so I couldn't have gone in through here anyway. Good thing I did what I did. Alright, let's go to the roof. I think I've collected everything I want to collect here. So I wonder what this lab was used for.
Nighty-night.
Like, they were very clearly bringing the results of the experiment here.
Take that.
For what purpose?
Take that.
Piece of cake.
Like, what the hell is this arc they're talking about?
Take that.
Will we learn about that in this game? Will the arc firing off be the final cutscene in this game and leave us on a cliffhanger for the third game? Which will get immediately played here. Right after. Who knows? But this isn't the final chapter, though. This is about the halfway, a little past the halfway point. Joshua? Joshua! Joshua, say something! Why are you so cold? Wake up! Wake up! Damn it. Hmm? Joshua? Estelle? Why aren't you here? Oh, thank Adiosure. Hang on, Al. Damn it, get away! Gah! What in... Joshua, what? Oh, puppet. That was a little scary. No! A dull weapon, as I feared. Oh. This track is awesome.
Let's go.
We're doing good damage to them. Ah, but they're also doing good damage to me.
Oh, sorry.
How could I fail?
Oh, we have 2 down. Alright, big pick me up. Let's finish him off. Alright, nice. Okay. Now he can res Olivier. I think Estelle can heal. Oh yeah, she has diamond though, she can definitely heal. Alright. Let's our leg. Push him back.
Let's do it.
And Shadow Spirit is basically Stella. Oh, Shadow Spirit.
99.
Cool. That was a lot of Joshua. Too much Joshua. Yeah, that was tough. Ah. You were just a fraction too slow in realizing the deception, I fear. I'm afraid this is check-in, mate. What? Oh, hell! Ah! This is... can't stay. It was a bit too easy a sport, really, but at least your reactions were amusing. Maybe a small token of gratitude, but allow me to invite you to a place I think you'll find very interesting. Wait, just Estelle? Talk about walking right into the snake pit. Hey, Estelle, you alright? Something up? Estelle! Someone tell me this is a bad joke. There! Damn it! Ah, crap! Ah! If they woke up right then why Estelle should be waking up soon too. Estelle! This is Estelle. Joshua. Why? It's okay. It's enough. Ah! I was always just a broken puppet. Oh, this is unsettling. I can never go back to being human. Oh. So, enough. Enough. No! Thank you. Goodbye, Estelle. No! 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 Ah! Wow, what a scream! Are you okay, Estelle? Ren. Oh, good. Just a dream. Did you have a scary nightmare? Yeah, a total nightmare. Now that Freaky Doll is even showing up in my dreams. I mean... Wait a second! Ren, what are you doing here? I was wondering when you were going to act all surprised. You're so laid back, Estelle. I love that about you. Yeah, well, forgive me for not being on the ball right after waking up. Anyway, where? It's not so odd for me to be here, you know. We're actually at our brand new base. New base? Mm-hmm. Look out the window. Okay. What? Oh, yeah, ain't nobody gonna find that. Welcome aboard the Crimson Ark, the Glorious. This ship could beat up an entire army. Don't you think this is the best toy ever? You people! What are you planning on doing with something like this? Ah, our guest is finally awoken. Welcome aboard, Estelle. I trust your nap was restful. I'm sure you're quite out of sorts being brought aboard with no fanfare. Fear not, we haven't brought you here to cause you any harm. Far from it, in fact. You're free to relax here. Why don't we take the chance to have a nice chat? How about the society, about our goals, and about our common friend? I think I can answer many of your questions. Fine! Not like I have much of a choice. Let's hear it. Excellent. I'll be waiting. Ren, be a darling and show Estelle the way up here, would you? Sure, okay. Come on, Estelle, let's go to the sanctuary. Sanctuary? It's a really pretty room on the top deck of this ship. The professor's waiting for us there. Alright, show me the way. Oh, you don't need to be so serious. I think you'll really like what we have to say. Huh? What do you mean? You'll just have to find out. Anyway, follow me. Come on, come on. Oh, so the sanctuary is this way. We need to use the elevator on the opposite side of the hallway. Okay. Access to the sanctuary in the entry room is restricted. Please provide voice identification. Enforcer number 15, Ren. Codename Angel of Slaughter. Destination, Sanctuary. Access granted. Welcome, Enforcer Ren. And here we are. This is the sanctuary. The professor should be just inside. Hey, Ren. What is it? Were you the one controlling that Joshua puppet in the base? Uh-huh, that's right. The professor asked me to. Neat, huh? So you're a victim of the society too. Huh? Never mind. Well, here I go. See you later. Alright. We're gonna open up. Let's see. Oh, this is Oh. Oh. Welcome aboard the Glorious. Since some time since we last met, Estelle. Ah, Professor Elba. I thought it was you. I'd finally remembered when I heard your voice a minute ago. Cassius Bright's daughter continues to impress. The seal on your memory wasn't particularly strong, but throwing it off on your own is still worth some manner of praise. My apologies, I've yet to properly introduce myself. My true name is Georg Weissman. I am one of the Anguis, supervisors of the society. An Anguis? So you're like one of the high commanders of the society? Something like that. Now, as I said before, I came completely prepared to answer any questions you may have. What would you like to ask first? Honestly, there's so much to ask, I'm not even sure where to start. You needn't fret. Take your time thinking things over. If it pleases you, I can play a relaxing etude while you collect your thoughts. Yeah, I think I'll pass. You know, you didn't strike me as someone who'd be into that sort of thing. Well, whatever. Here's a question for you. Was the whole poor archaeologist thing a total act or what? Putting the poverty aside, I actually am an archaeologist. And as an aside, I picked up the pipe organ during my time with the church. I may not be that Erebonian you spend so much time with, but I dare say I'm decent, wouldn't you? Hang on, the church? Like the Septian? I was something of an academic priest. The chance meeting with the Grand Master led me to discarding the path of faith. My knowledge of artifacts, paltry as it is, still proves useful from time to time, thankfully. With our current plan in particular. The one who tempted Colonel Richard into starting the coup. And the one who arranged all the gospel experiments. It was you. It certainly was. And it was all for the sake of our cause. Your gospel plan? I saw something in the research facility about that. Your plan is to take the Oriole, isn't it? Take the Oriole? That's not entirely accurate. But for the purposes of this conversation, it will suffice. Yes. What is the Oriole anyway? Why do you want it so bad? I know it's said to be one of the treasures of Adios, but just what is it? For the moment, I must keep the exact nature of the Oriole a secret. I would, after all, so hate to spoil the surprise. The surprise, right. Thanks. Our plan has moved into its third phase. Very, very soon now, its true nature will be plain to see. I can barely contain my anticipation. And once the Oriole has shown itself, then Then we will see the potential of mankind unfurl before our eyes. The potential of mankind? Ragnar said something about that too. Oh, the Holy Beast was willing to bestow his wisdom upon you? Perhaps you are doing more than simply living in your father's shadow. Spare me the flattery. And what the hell? I keep asking you things, you keep dodging the answers. Do forgive me, it wasn't my intention to be so evasive. I can, however, easily answer the question I know you want to ask most. The what? What keeps you from asking it? Don't be afraid. Muster your courage and ask it of me. Joshua. Where's Joshua? His exact location is currently unknown to me. From what I've observed, he's up to something with those sky bandits. Their movements have proven to be quite elusive, though he is alive and well, I can assure you. Okay. Joshua's specialties are covert operation and guerrilla warfare. I was the one who tuned him to excel at such, but he has long since surpassed even my greatest expectations. I gleefully await seeing the height of his potential. You. Come now, you needn't look so angry. When Joshua was entrusted to my care, his heart was akin to a glass ornament, dashed against a paving stone. He was my first attempt at rebuilding such a shattered soul. It is not natural, you think, for an academic to... Is it not natural, you think, for an academic to be curious about the result of his work? What did you tell Joshua on the day of the Queen's birthday celebrations? I merely removed the block on his memory and told him the truth. That he, once taken into your home, had unwittingly been acting as a spy and sending guild information to the society. That Richard's coup succeeded in its own right because of him. And finally that, thanks to his efforts, the ground was at last fertile for our plan. I even rewarded him. I formally released him from his obligations to the society. I finally get it. Why Joshua, that night, why he disappeared. Why he said goodbye with that look on his face. Yes. I must say I did find that regrettable. To think Joshua would abandon you so coldly after regaining himself. I recommended he just pretend he knew nothing of it and continue his life with you, but alas. I suppose my generosity backfired, no? I'm amazed. I'm amazed you can even say that. You were the one who chased Joshua into a corner in the first place. He didn't have a choice, so he had to look like that, and give his harmonica to me, and say, goodbye, Estelle. All of it! Every last bit! It's all your fault! Ah! Louve, the hell did you come from? I was here from the start. You simply didn't bother to notice. What an undignified performance. You performed so well in completing my challenges, too. Did I not teach you to think before you act? Come on, give her some credit. It takes balls to pick a fight with him. Agreed, regardless of her skills, her courage certainly is impressive. Though I wonder if we should call it courage or mere foolishness. Oh, crap. Haha, so you're the Divine Blade's daughter. This will be the first time we've met. I am Enforcer number 0, Campanella the Fool. Nice to meet you. Another one? Stop it, guys. You're scaring Estelle. Ren, too? You don't need to worry, Estelle. I know what I said last time, but we aren't here to hurt you or anything, promise. Huh? Hey, Professor! Why not ask Estelle right now? Well, now is as good a time as any. How about it, Estelle? Would you like to join Ouroboros? What? I'm sorry, I misheard that. Would you say that one more time? I asked if you would like to join the Society of Ouroboros. I pronounce it Ouroboros. Ouroboros. But it's Ouroboros. Ouroboros. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. It's just hard for me to say Ouroboros. Ouroboros. You wouldn't be a full-fledged enforcer right away, of course. You would be more a candidate for the position. Are you insane? Come now. It's hardly the leap of logic you're thinking. Joshua's been rather stubborn about returning, but with you here, he would undoubtedly come back to us, and to you. Estelle, you want to see Joshua again more than anything else, right? If you join us, that'll come true right away. What's there to even think about? But, Now, Ren, Estelle might need some time to weigh her options. We'll be departing the ship for a little while I'm busy, Estelle. You may give us your answer when we return. And I do apologize for this, but your options must remain fairly limited during your stay. Feel free to request anything you need, but you'll be staying in your cabin. Ouroboros. If I join the society, I'll meet Joshua again. That's all but guaranteed. Besides, I don't have to join them for real, right? I can just, like, pretend to join them and learn how they operate. I met the best actress in the world, so it might be hard, but it's better than just being locked up. No, that's stupid. That isn't the way I do things. Pardon me. Huh? You! No need to be so on guard. I have no intention of harming you, though if you try something like that little stunt of yours earlier, I may have no other choice. Yeah, well, sorry. What are you doing here anyway? Weren't you guys going out somewhere? The professor and the others are the ones who will be advancing the plan. I'm staying behind and minding the glorious. What is it you people are planning on doing? If you wish to find out, why not accept the professor's invitation? You'll learn most of our plans if you do. It seems you have your answer, but you're still hesitating, aren't you? If you want my advice, Estelle Bright, you are not suited for the Society of Ouroboros at all. In both ability and personality. Man, do you have to be so completely blunt about it? Don't misunderstand me. The potential for the necessary skill is within you. Somewhere. But your personality, you have too little darkness within you to be part of Ouroboros. Darkness? All those in service to the Grand Master bear some kind of darkness on their shoulders. Myself, the professor, the other enforcers, Joshua too, needless to say. Hey, what's your relationship to Joshua anyway? Our relationship? Joshua was weirdly focused on you. He seemed to know who you were even though he didn't recognize you with that mask on. And on top of that, it seemed like he was desperate to find out who you were. That doesn't surprise me. The professor sealed part of his memory away. He was hypnotized in such a way that the moment he left the society, he could remember little about us. Even if he remembered his actions as part of the society, he could not remember his confederates. That would have been the core of his dilemma. The memories of his childhood would be the same. Even if he remembers Karen, he likely would only have loosely remembered me. I see, so that's why. Wait, Karen? I've heard that name before. Karen Astray, a childhood friend of mine and Joshua's older sister. She died 10 years ago. What? That harmonica you have was originally Karen's. Joshua held onto it as a memento, and then it was passed on to you. Joshua had an older sister? How? How did Karen, pass away? I hope you know what you're really asking. The answer to that question requires staring into the abyss in which Joshua and the rest of us reside, and it will stare back. Are you prepared for that? Tell me. I don't know if I'm ready for what's coming or whatever, but I want to know what kind of path Joshua has followed. If nothing else, I have to know that. As you wish. It was a little over 10 years ago, back when you could still find the village of Hamel on maps of Erebonia and the Burrow. Hamel was a tiny little place. There weren't many other young people, so the three of us were always together. I dreamed of becoming a bracer, and I spent my free time practicing my swordsmanship. Karen and Joshua would watch and encourage me. That was how we whiled away the days. Once I was done with practice, we would turn our ears to Karen's harmonica. Karen could play anything on that harmonica. Anything, but my favorite was always the old Erebonian folk song, The Whereabouts of Light. It seems like that bliss would last forever. We believed that. We had no reason to doubt it. That day dawned and began just like any other. And then they came. A band of invaders, garbed in black and armed with Liberlian weaponry, came from nowhere. They encircled the village and slaughtered everyone in sight. None were spared. Not the old and infirm, not the young and defenseless, not even infants. Those who were killed quickly in the opening moments were the luckiest by far. And the women, even in this telling, there are some things I will not recount. We fled desperately from that hell. We were lucky to be in a position to escape when the attack began. We fled for the outskirts of the village. The screams of our own families carried to our ears on the wind. Once we'd gotten to the outskirts, I told Karen and Joshua I would act as bait to confuse any pursuers. I promised them I would catch up to them soon and sent them ahead. But the attackers, they had laid their plans well. They had people in position to deal with any who tried to flee. Oh shit. Like I knew about this from the third game, but this... When I'd finally caught up to them, the scene was strangely quiet. A man, dead, shot through the throat. Joshua with a gun in his hand, dumbstruck, and Karen holding Joshua with a horrific wound on her back. She was barely breathing at that point. Even now, that scene seems surreal to me. Karen was calm and content. She entrusted her harmonica to Joshua, and then asked that I take care of him. And then she died quietly, there in that clearing. Why did that? The Empire invaded Liberl almost immediately afterwards. A defenseless little village, its inhabitants slaughtered by men with Liberlian arms. It was almost too perfect an excuse to invade. It can't be. Liberlian troops doing that? When the local garrison found us, they were adamant the invaders were Liberlian. When the war ended a few months later with the Empire's defeat, however, we were given a different tale entirely. They told us instead that a band of Jaeger dropouts had turned to pure brigandry, and they told us to never speak to anyone else of the attack. The Erebonian authorities announced that Hamel had been destroyed in a landslide, and all roads leading to that were to be closed completely. Hold on, what? Why would they lie about that? Neither explanation makes sense. That's almost like... Indeed. Everything was a fabrication by the Warhawks and the Empire to justify the invasion of Liberl. At the end of the war, the ruse was discovered and the Imperial government was thrown into a panic. They conceded to a comprehensive peace and executed nearly everyone involved in the plot, all to pretend that it never happened. That, Estelle Bright, is the tragedy of Hamel in full. That was also why, when Joshua's heart was broken entirely, he was now burdened with the torturous death of his sister, his parents, and everyone he knew, and even the shock of taking another man's life. How could that not shatter the soul of a 6-year-old child? You've likely heard the rest from Joshua. His spirit was so wholly broken that he lost all will to do anything but play that harmonica. He began to waste away. That was when the two of us were found by Weissman. To save Joshua's life, I had entrusted him to Weissman's care and threw myself into Ouroboros training. And then, 2 years later, Joshua, prepared as he was by Weissman, followed the same path. This is darkness, Estelle Bright. Do you understand what sort of gulf that separates you and Joshua now? Do you understand what he stares into every day? I do, yeah. Now I think I really understand why Joshua left. Hey, next time you see him, tell Weissman thanks, but no thanks. I'll never join Ouroboros. It's not because I like or dislike the society, but as long as I'm going to pull Joshua back over that gulf you mentioned, forget it. Although I do feel kind of bad about letting Ren down after she went through all the trouble to invite me. Hey, you think she'll forgive me if I say I'm sorry? You're one of a kind, Estelle Bright. To hear those horrors and thus lose your hesitation? You truly are more than just the daughter of the Divine Blade. Thanks for the compliment, I guess. And you say all that, but you care about Joshua too, right? You guys were friends. Or maybe more like brothers? Let me be absolutely clear. That was 10 years ago. To me now, he is nothing more than a rogue element to be eliminated. What? The professor seems to enjoy letting Joshua do as he pleases. I may have a different path planned in mind. Sooner or later, I will deal with Joshua personally. Wait a second! What the hell is this? Karen asked you to take care of him. Doesn't that mean anything to you? I have my own path I've chosen for myself. I've dedicated myself to my goal, and any who stand in my way shall die by my blade. Not even Karen's final request will stop me. How can you... Those are... The professor and the others, yes. It looks like the third stage of the plan is getting underway. The third stage? What's... That is not for you to know. Once we're finished, you'll be returned to your father. Behave until then. Now just As one final note, don't even think about attempting to escape. The Glorious is 8,000 arge above the ground. You have nowhere to run. Don't even think about attempting to escape, he says. As if he doesn't know what it's human nature for me to do the exact opposite. Besides, he's the only enforcer on board. Alright, why not? Let's do this. Okay, this time he's gonna be everything. If I can figure that out, I'll be good. Let's see, I'll wait a couple hours until they let their guard down, and then... Right, it's worth a shot. So this was a memento of Karen, huh? You shouldn't throw away something like this so easily, you idiot. Hey, time to change shifts. How's the girl acting? Ha, quiet as a mouse. She might be abrasive, but she's still just a kid. Probably curled up in bed, scared out of her mind. Babysitting while everyone else is out sucks. This is so boring. I wanted to get out there into the action. Quit your whining. These are Leonhardt's orders, and the hell if I'm not going to follow his instructions to the letter. Eh? What was that sound? Hey, what are you doing? You don't think she escaped? Damn it! That stupid girl, does she not get where she is? She trying to kill herself or something? Oh, Gehenna, take me right now. She probably fell. You've got to be kidding me. What are we going to tell Leonhardt that'll let us keep our heads? That damn brat, nothing but a load of trouble. Damn brat, huh? Gah! You! Nice try, old man. I was trained by Cassius, the Divine Blade Bright, my daddy. Never underestimate a bracer. First of all, don't you think that was a little rude, calling a sweet maiden like myself a damn brat? It wasn't me. I didn't call you that, I swear. Oh, you didn't? Well, you didn't correct your buddy then. Either way, it's nap time for you. Oh, damn. Okay. Reinforcements are probably going to get here really quick, so I should book it. There's got to be some way off this boat. And I won't give up. Not until I see Joshua. Not until I see that dummy again. You won't stop for anything, Luve? Well, neither will I! Except for, you know, taking a breather break. Alright, everybody, this has been Ark Nova playing Trails in the Sky, 2nd chapter. Until next time, have a good day.